Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily Tuesday training. It's Des here, checking in with another late night episode. I was thinking about not coming on today, but I thought after what I said yesterday, not feeling fantastic, I thought it'd be really important just to follow up my thoughts. Of course, all I'm trying to do through DOdaily is share some positivity and enthusiasm. And when things aren't quite going so well, just shed some light on why I might be feeling that way, to hopefully encourage and inspire others to take it on board and perhaps see that there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Today has been a particularly busy day. Been travelling down to Brighton. As you can see right now, I'm actually in a hotel room, squeezing my phone into a short corner, but doing my best to get something out there, get a few things off my chest and sort of process my thoughts at the same time. I had a lot of time today on my own, travelling down. Whilst I met friends for the football match I came down for, I've taken an opportunity to just spend a few hours away from home, just to almost get everything together. Feeling ill last week, feeling a bit iffy to start the week. I thought it'd be a great opportunity. Don't get me wrong, I didn't plan when I planned this, that wasn't going to be the case. I was always going to do it this way. I've realised recently the importance of taking a bit of time on your own. Travelling alone is always a enlightening thing and something that's good for the soul. So it was just another opportunity to meet the boys down here at the football, the people I go to football with, but take that time on my own. So it's all worked out pretty well, considering what I said about being ill and starting the week not quite 100%. And yesterday on Monday Motivation, I spoke at length about almost starting the week and thinking, yeah, I'm better, I'm going to push on, I'm going to do this. And it's something I'm always keen to do, sort of fight illnesses, fight bad feelings, realise when my mental health is not perfect and almost be conscious of it. But we also have to measure how we can deal with it as well, and I guess that's what I'm doing. So doing what I'm doing right now in terms of being down here and coming down today, spending the night over, going back tomorrow, just taking that time out almost. It's just a way I can do that. I was having a conversation this evening with someone else just saying that whilst I am conscious of it, it never gets me too much right now, and I think that's because I'm constantly talking about my feelings, being candid and open and honest and trying to be relatable to what others are doing as well. That really helps me process everything. But on a day like today, I could come on here and talk about a football match, but there's other places to see me doing that, other platforms, other YouTube channels, so I won't come on and bore you too much. And of course, my real aim through the channel is to help people and encourage them when they might be feeling similar. I don't want to preach at anyone, don't want to sort of go on too much, but like I say, today it's just been a case of doing what I needed to do for me, but hopefully someone can look in and see why that would be relevant to their situation as well. Before I go any further, what I will say is if you could give the episode a thumbs up, that would be absolutely amazing. I'd really appreciate that. If you could subscribe to the channel if you're new, that'd be amazing too. All I'm trying to do here is share some light-hearted information, advice at times, without preaching, to try and help others get through these occurrences that pop up on us. I've had a lot of nice things happen recently, a lot of really sort of big life-changing things, and it was all supposed to culminate in the sort of getting a job recently, but I'm still in the midst of the changeover. Everything's still a bit uncertain, up in the air, so it's really sort of not set me back, but it's got me thinking about what I want and how I need it all to pan out. And again, taking this time now to talk, but taking the time to come down on the train, think about what's important, having conversations about mental health this evening with a friend. It makes me realise how important my mental health is as well. I do a lot to encourage others. I put on running groups as well to indirectly support others in this way. Do you know, I believe there's that direct link between physical health and mental health, so I do a lot in that sense. Do you know, a lot of my free time is taken up with encouraging others, but I have to realise what's good for me as well. And over the last 6 or 7 years, I've always put my own mental health first, and it's done the trick in getting me to a place where I want to be. So whatever happens, do you know, whatever gets thrown up on us, do you know, however much we want something and want to do well, do you know, we have to, me personally, and I believe everybody should, we have to put our own mental health first. And what I'm getting to, I guess, is in the midst of everything changing, the wedding, you know, all the nice things I do around football with friends and travelling down, this is all part of work, to be honest. You know, I kind of get paid to do some content for a football website, so it's all work, but it's all good stuff. But what I have to realise is if it's all too much, you know, I need to put my mental health first. And I just wanted to reiterate that point today. And like I said at the start, I could have easily sort of glossed over this one, skipped it, but I never want to do that anyway, in reality. You know, it's been tricky getting back from the football ground to the town centre. It took me about 2 hours to get a few miles, but again, it's not a problem. Just took my time, got myself a drink, you know, read my football programme, did a bit of social media, and just sort of let the time pass in front of me. Yes, it's meant a late night, it's meant a late DOdaily. I would have hoped to have got out along the seafront, even in the dark. I would have hoped to have got out there in the light, but by the time the trains had been delayed, again, things that could all be sent to testers. But when you kind of do it on your own, it's not too much of a problem, as long as you've got time to do what you want to do. I knew I had plenty. Of course, I wanted to get DOdaily in a different place. It would have given it just a slightly different slant, and I could have spoke about one or two different things. But the point is that I'm getting it done now, you know, and it's not quite worked out as planned. It could have been the seafront, day, night, it could have been anywhere, you know, it could have been back at home, it could have been during some activity, but it's done at the end of the day. It's been another long, busy one. I was up early, of course. Tuesday's all about Tuesday training. I wasn't taking part myself, which again, it could add to the frustration. It is adding to the frustration a little bit, because again, I know the perfect thing when my mental health is not 100%, as I've reiterated many times, is to get out for a run. Done plenty of walking this evening in the fresh air down by the seafront. I think that's helped, but I would have loved to get out, especially as I was out sort of passing on some words to the guys in the coaching group. I was up at 6 a.m, so it's been a long one, it's been a busy one, but I've also had a lot of time to reflect, process, and make sure I enjoy it my way. And I think that's really, really important. It's a message I pass across all the time, but following up on yesterday and sort of saying I wasn't feeling fantastic, I'm still not feeling fantastic, probably about 90% of the way there. You know, I'll get up in the morning, I'll have a bit of time before I go home, probably go out for a walk, might even go for a run if I'm feeling much better. That would be a real nice thing to take back with me, a real positive. You know, running somewhere different is always amazing. It's Wednesday workout, and perhaps I could even get DOdaily done in the daylight down here by the seafront, and then I'll be feeling right on top of things and raring to go when I get back. And that's why taking this kind of break, taking time for myself, taking time to process everything is so important, because without that thought going into it, without thinking about where we're at, you know, it'd just be easy to get confused and disillusioned, and it all start climbing up on us. Again, referring to that conversation with a friend, I said that I'm generally on top of it. Sometimes it's not always a great place, being conscious of where you're at with it, because it can just keep ticking over if you don't pay it enough attention. You know, I've done lots of nice things, I've got lots of nice things ahead of me, but it's got to work as well. So whilst it's full and busy, you know, it's got to work for me. And some of the materialistic things, this is what I was getting to with the 7 years, over the last 7 years I've done what I need to do for my mental health. The materialistic things have gone out the window. If it comes to a case of that again, you know, so be it, you know, because it's so important, because ultimately By chucking them out the window, I've got the nicest and best things I could ever wish for. And I think that's a good place to end, isn't it? I'm gonna get in bed, tuck up, hopefully get a good night's sleep and do some of those things I said before. Until Wednesday workout, just doing it.